Hello learners, a very good day to all of you. I am Dr. Vishal Sood, teacher educator. In this unit, you have studied about different programs launched for the achievement of the goal of universal elementary education. Today, we are going to discuss about various interventions that have been made, that have been launched under Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan in our country. And these interventions are related to the schools and the teachers. So, our main focus on today's discussion will remain on the points, as you can see on the screen, that the main orientation of today's lecture, today's discussion will be SSA interventions in school system, the multifarious role of the teachers, the role of teachers outlined by the SSA, the professional development of teachers and professional development of teachers in school environment. How the professional development of teachers can take place in the school environment, how school environment can contribute towards the professional development, professional upgradation of the teachers. So, today we will discuss about these points. So, first of all, you can see on the screen that what interventions have been launched under SSA in our country. First of all, improving accessibility by opening new schools. In order to achieve the target of universal access to elementary education, new schools have been established in all the states in our country. So, access has been improved by establishing new schools. Then there is provision of inclusive education or IED, that is integrated education for disabled children under Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, that is SSA. So, provision to integrate all the children irrespective of their disability, irrespective of their gender, irrespective of their social category, they all have to be included in the process of education. This provision has been made in SSA. Then there has been a provision for proper infrastructural facilities, including classrooms, teachers' room, veranda, separate toilets for girls, separate toilet facilities for staff members, and separate toilets for CWSN, that is children with special needs. So, under Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, provisions have been made to make such infrastructural facilities available in the elementary schools, which included classrooms for teaching learning process, adequate number of classrooms should be there, teachers' room should be there where teacher can share their experiences with their colleagues, and a veranda that can be used for teaching learning process in extreme bad weather conditions. That veranda should be there in the schools. Then separate toilet facilities should be there for the staff members, for the teachers, for separate toilets for the girls, and separate toilet should be there for the children with special needs. Other interventions under SSA have include free textbooks to the children. The children are provided free textbooks up to the elementary level so that they can continue their studies. Then there is provision of teaching learning material, TLM, or teaching learning equipments in order to improve the quality of elementary education, in order to improve the quality of curriculum transaction, or in very specific words, in order to improve the classroom teaching learning process, the provision has been made there under SSA for development and procurement of teaching learning material as well as teaching learning equipments. Then the provision has been made there or for construction and repair of school buildings through community involvement. The school management committees, SMCs, framed under Right to Education Act 2009, they have been empowered to oversee, to manage the construction works and the repair of the school buildings, so that the students should not suffer or the studies of the students would not suffer due to unavailability or poor infrastructural facilities in the schools. Then, in order to improve the quality of education, there is a provision in SSA that to provide grant to the teachers for development of teaching learning material. For improvised teaching learning apparatus, the teachers are provided grant at the rate of rupees 500 per year, so that they can use different type of teaching learning material, teaching learning equipments, or any improvised teaching material for in their teaching process. Then SSA has also a provision of minimum required teachers in every school. That means every school must have certain minimum number of teachers, so that the studies of the students would not get suffered on account of shortage of teachers. So these are the provisions which have been made under SSA in our country in order to improve the quality as well as the quantity of elementary education and achieve the target of universal elementary education. Now, in order to make these interventions successful, a teacher has to play different roles. As you can see on the screen, that the teachers have to play different roles, multiple roles, multifarious roles, and these multiple roles of the teachers include: first, teacher as instructor and facilitator of learning, teacher as manager of all teaching related activities, teacher as a counselor, teacher as a producer of knowledge, teacher as a linkage between the school and the community, teacher as an agent of social change, teacher as a leader of class, school and community. So these are the multiple roles of teacher. Now, teacher as an instructor and facilitator of learning, that means teacher has to perform the role of curriculum trajector, or to take the teaching learning process to the next step. He has to improve the learning, facilitate the learning among the students. Then all teaching learning related activities are managed by the teacher. That means teacher acts as a manager in the classroom also. Sometimes the students face difficulties. Those difficulties may be personal or academic difficulties. In such circumstances, the teacher also acts as a counselor, provide counseling to the students depending on the nature and the extremeness of the problem of the student. Then the teacher also acts as a producer of knowledge. He is involved in doing many activities, in learning new things, and he produces knowledge. He invents sometimes on account of his interaction with the students, interaction with the colleagues, interaction with the other literature which is available in the schools or which he procures from different sources. Then teacher is a linkage between the school and the community. The teacher acts as a strong link, acts as a strong bond between the school and the community members. In order to bring the community members, the parents, close to the school activities, teacher acts as a liaison. Teacher coordinates between these two agencies, the school and the community, so that the quality of education can be improved. Then teacher as an agent of social change. In order to improve the awareness among the local masses, the local community members, in order to make the children aware about new inventions, new knowledge, and about the old customs that they are not more useful right now, the teacher acts as an agent of social change and bringing social awareness among the children, which they carry forward to their family members. Then the teacher acts as a leader of class, school and community. He leads the class, he leads the school, he leads the community to the path of the development. So these are the multifarious roles of the teacher which he plays in different situations. Now, what role has been outlined under SSA in respect of the teachers? What role has been assigned to the teachers under SSA? First, as you can see on the screen, the teacher under SSA has to play the role of a torch bearer to bring change in school system, to bring improvement in the school system. For school improvement, teacher can be an only single cause which can bring change in school functioning. Then teacher has to support out of school children. That means the teacher's role under Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan is to bring back the out of school children to the school so that the target of universal elementary education could be achieved to the satisfactory extent. The teacher has to interact, has to meet with the community members, the parents who are not sending their children to the schools. In such cases, the teacher acts as a support to those out of school children and their parents and try to bring them, those children, in the school campus. So this is the role outlined under SSA for the teachers. Then another role of the teacher under SSA is to remove the disparities. Now these disparities, what type of disparities are existing in our society? Gender disparity is there, social disparities are there, economic disparities are there. Now the teacher's role is what? The SSA outlines that such type of disparities on the basis of sex, on the basis of religion, on the basis of economic status, on the basis of social caste, these disparities has to be removed if we wish to achieve the goal of universal elementary education. That means if we wish to enroll universal enrollment of the children, then there is need to remove such disparities. All children, irrespective of their caste, irrespective of the sex, irrespective of the religion, or irrespective of their economic status, must be brought, must be enrolled in the schools. So these disparities needs to be reduced, and these disparities are to be reduced by the teacher. This role has also been assigned to the teachers under SSA. Then creating inclusive classrooms and schools. This means that a teacher is responsible to deal with all students in non-discriminant manner, in a fair and transparent manner. All the students must be given opportunities to participate in different sort of activities. All the children, whether disabled or not, according to their abilities, must be given chances, and no student should be discriminated on account of any reason, one or the other. So it's teachers' responsibility under SSA to create inclusive classroom where there are chances or equal opportunities for all the children to develop in a proper manner. Then the teacher's responsibility is also outlined there in SSA regarding his behavior. That means the norms have been framed under SSA that no corporal punishment will be given to the children. The teacher cannot provide any sort of physical or corporal punishment to the student. Rules regarding this has been framed under SSA, and teacher has to abide by those norms. Then another role under SSA for the teacher is to develop effective pedagogical tools. How to teach effectively, how to reach to the level of the students, how to make the students understand about different concepts that are coming in different subjects. For that, the teacher role is to develop effective teaching methodology. Effective teaching techniques are to be developed by the teachers. This is the role outlined under SSA for the teachers. Then another role of the teacher is to manage school development plan. How to prepare, how a teacher can contribute towards preparation of school development plan. All these responsibilities, all these functions of the teacher have been outlined in SSA, that what role can teacher play in preparing school development plan so that the school improvement can be taken in a smooth manner and it can be taken to the highest possible extent. So this is the role outlined under SSA for the teachers. Now you can see on the screen there are 4 different pictures. If you see in one picture, the teacher is transacting the curriculum in the classroom process and teaching learning process is going on. This is one of the role of the teacher. Then the teacher is interacting with his colleagues, how the teacher and his staff members can cooperate, can coordinate with one another to share their experiences and improve the teaching learning process. In other two figures, you also see how the teachers and community members or the other authorities are interacting with another to improve the school functioning. So teacher's role has been defined, well specified, outlined under Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, which was launched to achieve the target of universal elementary education. Now, in order to perform these roles in a perfect manner, in an effective manner, the professional development of teachers is very essential. That means teachers must have to upgrade their skills, must have to upgrade their knowledge so that they can play these multifarious roles in an effective manner. In order to professionally upgrade oneself, the professional development of teachers is very essential. And the provision for professional development of teachers has also been made in Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan. There has been a provision of in-service teacher training programs through the medium of seminars, conferences, workshops, so that teachers can upgrade their knowledge, can upgrade their skills, can upgrade their pedagogical skills. So professional development of teachers is highly essential for playing different roles as outlined under SSA. Now, when we talk of professional development, what we mean by profession? Profession means which is having knowledge or for which certain specialized skills and competencies are required. That is a profession. Then, a profession has a well integrated value system. You can see on the screen that a profession is that which includes specialized skills, specialized competencies, and a specialized knowledge is prerequisite for any profession. A profession has well integrated value system. Secondly, a profession has a code of conduct. Professional ethics are there. We can't go beyond those professional ethics. We have to follow those code of conduct to be a professional. Then a profession has a clearly defined membership. Everybody cannot be a member of that profession. If one wants to become a member of profession, any profession, he or she needs to have certain specialized skills, competencies and knowledge. Then only he can become the member of that profession. That means any profession has a clearly defined membership. Then the second term in professional development is development. What we mean by development? Development means prior training. That means before entering into a particular profession, there must be a prior training received by that particular individual. Then at the time of the entry to the profession, there must be a provision of induction training so that the new entrant to that particular profession must get oriented about the professional requirements or the works which are to be carried out by him or her in the future. Then this development also includes that at regular interval that professional, that individual has to orient and refresh his knowledge, his skills, his competencies so that the old skills or the old competencies or the old knowledge gets updated with the new knowledge coming in his or her field. So that is development. That means if we see teaching as a profession, the teaching for becoming a teacher, specialized skills are required, specialized competencies are required. Teaching has well integrated value system. Teaching has clearly defined membership. If one wants to become a member of teaching profession or want to become a teacher, then he or she has to undergo training, prior training as well as in-service training. And there is professional code of conduct, professional ethics for becoming a teacher. So professional development of teachers is very essential, and for the provision for professional development of teachers in service teacher training has been there. Now there are different ways of professional development of teachers, and teachers professional development is comprehensive in nature, means there is not only any single way of teachers professional development. In order to perform a number of functions, multi-functions, as we have already discussed about those functions, in order to perform those functions in an effective manner, in an appropriate manner, the teacher's professional development is required, and this professional development of the teachers is not only through single means, but rather through different means. That means a teacher has to develop himself, his skills or his knowledge or competencies through different ways and means. Now these different means or these different ways can be, as you can see on the screen. First, that is in service formal training. That means there should be provision of in service formal training to the teachers. Then learning from colleagues. Second way of professional development of teachers is learning from the colleagues. Then the learning from the community members. Then another way of the professional development of teachers, professional upgradation of teachers, is learning from the students. And last and the foremost way of professional development of teachers is self-directed learning. Now we will discuss about these 5 ways through which the professional upgradation of teachers, professional updation of teachers can be achieved. And under SSA, for this, the in-service formal training provision has been made. There is a provision of compulsory training to all the teachers at the elementary level to achieve the target of universalization of elementary education in qualitative terms. To improve the quality of elementary education, the teachers are provided training through the seminars, through the conferences, through different workshops, so that they can upgrade their knowledge, so that they can orient about different new pedagogical techniques, new technology that can be implemented, that can be utilized in the teaching learning process to improve the quality of education. So the provision for in-service training has been made under SSA to upgrade the skills, to upgrade the competencies, and to upgrade the knowledge of the teachers. So this is a formal mechanism for professional development of teachers. Now the question arises, apart from this, we cannot rely on the in-service training for professional upgradation of teachers. There are other different ways for professional development of teachers. And one, learning from colleagues, the informal mechanism. And this is the school environment. This is the school environment where the teacher interact with the colleagues, interact with the students, and interact with the parents and other community members. And these sources, the colleagues, community members, parents, or the students, are the sources of learning from whom the teacher can learn how to teach them effectively, how to properly implement the curriculum, how to carry on the teaching learning process in the class. This can be learned from these stakeholders, the colleagues, the community members or the parents and the students. So school environment will be an effective mechanism to upgrade or professionally update oneself. Now how one can learn from colleagues? Sharing of experiences, sharing of knowledge, how to teach any particular topic effectively in the class, how to deal with the students in a class in an effective manner. These all experiences can be shared among the teachers, and one teacher can learn from the other teacher in a reciprocal manner, and that will lead to the improvement of quality education at the elementary level. In the similar manner, the feedback or the inputs received from the community members, from the parents of the child who is studying in in your school, that can also be an asset for professionally upgrading yourself. Now, how it is possible? The parents will tell you about that this child, particular child, is weak or strong in this part, and he can do this, or he is effective, or his learning takes place at a faster speed in this particular topic, but he lags behind in this. So all this sort of feedback, all this sort of input received from the parents and the community members can give an edge to the teacher to improve his pedagogical skills, to improve his teaching techniques, and to improve his knowledge about teaching learning methodology. So if there will be interaction between the teachers and the community member, if there will be the interaction between the teacher and the parents, the teacher can professionally update him, can professionally upgrade his or her skills. Similarly, the students can be an asset to professionally develop oneself. Now, how students can help the teachers in professional upgradation? The students in the classroom are the actual challenges to the teacher, how to make them understand about different concepts, how to reach to the level of the students. This is the major concern for any teacher, and to take the learning of the students to the maximum possible extent, this is a challenge for a teacher. Now, when the teacher will know about the abilities, the prerequisites for learning of any topic, what abilities are available or what abilities are possessed by the students, if the teacher has a clear knowledge, a clear understanding about the students' abilities, he will definitely reach to the level of the students. So, the students' working style, students' how they respond in the class, this all is a base for professional upgradation or bringing change into oneself, bringing change into one's teaching. So, learners, the students, the community members or the parents and the colleagues, the feedback, the experiences or the inputs received from these stakeholders will be a great boon, a great thing for the teachers to bring a positive change, a favorable change in their teaching styles, in their teaching methodology. But this requires a good, a favorable, a congenial, a conducive school environment. That means there must be a good environment so that they can share their experiences. There must be good coordination, effective coordination between all of these stakeholders, then only it can be possible. If the parents are not involved in this teaching learning process, if the community members are not involved in the teaching learning process, if there are differences among the teachers or there are differences among colleagues, then the school environment will not be conducive, and this will definitely lower the quality of education in that particular school. So, school environment, if conducive and if there will be cooperation and coordination between different stakeholders, the learning will be improved, the quality of education will be improved. And last but not the least, the most important teacher of any teacher is the consciousness, that is self-directed learning. To what extent a teacher is motivated to improve his or herself. If one wishes to improve his skills, if one wishes to improve his knowledge, if one wishes to improve his understanding about his subject or the allied subjects or his teaching methodology, it is the inner motivation, it is the encouragement or it is the conscience of the teacher to learn for the betterment of the students. Learn for oneself, for oneself, for own self, and for the betterment of the students. And this self-directed learning is the best teacher to upgrade oneself if one has the motivation that I will teach in an effective manner, I will make the students understand to the maximum possible extent, then that will definitely lead to professional development of teachers. And this all requires the what type of environment is provided to the teachers in the schools. So it is the responsibility of the school head to provide, to create such environment in the school where the teachers feel free, where the teachers are given opportunities to learn more and more about his or her field, to learn more and more about different allied subjects, so that such knowledge, such skills can be further transacted to the students. So school environment is a must for professional development of teachers, and for improving this school environment, there has been provision for improvement under SSA. For this, the provisions have been made to create additional infrastructural facilities, to provide different type of academic support to the teachers, to provide TLM grant to the teachers. So such type of provisions have been made in SSA so that the teachers can be professionally developed and a congenial environment in the schools can be created, and they can play different roles in an effective manner to achieve the aim of quality education and universal elementary education. Now, so students, today we learned about different SSA interventions in the school system, in school context and in teacher context. What interventions have been made in SSA to improve the school system. Then we also learned about the multifarious roles of the teacher. What role has been outlined under SSA for the teacher was also discussed by us. Then we studied about the meaning of professional development, what we mean by professional development. That means to upgrade our knowledge, to upgrade our skills. And lastly, we discussed about how school environment can lead to professional development of teachers. If the environment of the school will be congenial, the development of the teachers in terms of their professional skills, knowledge and competencies will be in a much better manner. So I hope, learners, that you all have understood about these aspects of SSA interventions and professional development of teachers through the school environment. I hope you all have understood. Thank you. Have a good day.